top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today we got E-40 and Too Short versus announcement. So I'm very excited about this. If you follow this channel, you know I like E-40's music. You know I like Too Short. There's a lot of folks out there, they like to say negative things about E-40 Too Short. I don't really understand it. I've done a video on it before. There are so many people on Twitter that love to disrespect E-40. It's like people who disrespect J. Cole for reasons I don't know. It's hard getting into discussions about West Coast hip hop on certain platforms because so many people lack West Coast hip hop knowledge. E-40 had a whole thing in the 80s when he was first coming up. Then he had the 90s with Tupac and all that, gangster rap, the click. Then he had, you know, his more mainstream phase with Hall of Game. I think that went platinum. And then he had the hyphy phase with Keep the Sneak with Lil Jon, Tell Me When to Go. That's probably where a lot of y'all only know E-40 from. That's why you feel that way about him. You only know Tell Me When to Go, You and That Booty. But even those songs, 20, 30 years after his debut, 20 years, he's still dropping You and That Booty featuring T-Pain, collaborating with new guys, sounding fresh. But yeah, these are two legends, two California legends, Bay Area legends, overall hip-hop legends. These are two MCs who really signify and symbolize what it means to have longevity in this rap game. You want to talk about E-40, Too Short, both guys, they started rapping damn near in the 80s. It's 2020. Too Short for sure has projects in the 80s. E-40 might have, you know, mixtapes or EPs or something like that. I think his first project was in '93, his first studio project. But this is longevity, you know, 30, 40 years and still relevant. E-40 is still on hit songs that just came out 3, 4, 5 years ago. So again, I've had this conversation before on this channel, but it really just is an amazing thing to see two California guys with this longevity in hip hop. So I think this is going to be a really turned up versus. You got E-40, who was a part of the hyphy movement, and aside from the hyphy movement is just one part of his career. He had upbeat music before that. He's always had an upbeat, eccentric flow. E-40 is going to have a lot of good songs. Tell Me When to Go, obviously one of his most popular songs. You and That Booty, Sprinkle Me, which is one of those from the 90s. Captain Save-A-Ho. What's that song called? Yep, Nope, Choices. That was a hit that came out like what, 2012, 2013? So he can go 90s, he can use his songs with Tupac, Dusted and Disgusted. Personally, I would, if I had to put money on this, I'll give it to E-40. I'll put my money on E-40, but Too Short is no joke either. Life is Too Short, the Born to Mac album, Blow the Whistle, Shake That Monkey. Too Short and Lil Jon they had a little symbiotic relationship too during that same time, as E-40 and Lil Jon would Tell Me When to Go and You and That Booty. So this is going to be a really dope versus. It's probably going to be one of my favorite versus battles. I think it'll be very interesting to see how the non-Californians react to this. You know, because there's some people who are just like trained to hate E-40 and Too Short because I guess Biggie Smalls back in the East Coast West Coast wars, he made some comments about E-40 and his music, said it wasn't good, so everybody just kind of piggybacked on that and just kind of stuck to that opinion, I guess. So it'll be interesting to see what the non-Californians think, because E-40 and Too Short, this is a lot of regional music, there's a lot of regional classics they can play, but I only care about that so much. It'd just be interesting to see their reaction, because a lot of them, they don't fully give E-40 and Too Short the love they deserve, because E-40 and Too Short are those regional rappers, because they didn't try too hard to reach over and cross over. So the real hip-hop heads know what they've done. Now, these are two of the most longevitous legends in hip-hop. So yeah, it's a good versus battle. Also put on my timeline today, I would like to see Bink in a versus battle. I think Bink has a 20 that can go against Just Blaze. I would like to see Bink Just Blaze. But anyways, that's it. So shout out to Versus. Keep these great battles coming. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to go to top5rapwebsite.com for some merch. You get a better view of it on top5rapwebsite.com too. Click shop. Peace.